Welcome everyone to the Global Team Elevate team training. We're going to talk about the convention. It's Monday, September 9th, and we're going to spend some time and I'm going to show you where you can find information about the new promotion, and then we'll talk about it, explain it, because we probably all feel like it's Chinese at this point. But what we want to do is really understand what it's all about so we can take advantage of it. Marion.
Well, I will forever see Glenn as captain. He was so handsome in his uniform at the party. That was
Indeed. So we had a costume party, you guys, and Glenn shows up in his dress uniform for the Coast Guard, and everyone was like, "That is such a cool costume." And I'm like, "That is not a costume." And so everyone, you touched a lot of people, didn't you, Glenn?
I had ladies coming up to me with tears in their eyes, telling me about their husbands who had passed away and they worked in the military for different countries or whatever. And I reminded them of it. So it's quite emotional.
Yeah.
well, the theme was how um
Written in the stars.
it's written in the stars.
Yeah.
And I was just amazed at how people came into my life. We're going to Denmark. There were so many people there from Denmark, and they were in the elevator with me, and they were sitting by me. It was just fun. So I got some good contacts there. And one was the focus that we're so much more at we than we are me. And I've always felt the unity among all ASEA people. But I was getting something, I think, for the foundation. And the gal who was there, she's looking at my name tag and she says, "Marion, I'm Ariana." And so she's the gal that I often talk to when I call ASEA. And uh, Gloria and Richard were talking, had dinner with the CEO. And I says, "Well, what are you talking about?" And he said, "Sports and kids." So uh, I had a good talk with Hunter. Uh, Everybody had a smile on their face and was just open to being friends. So I mean, that's just the atmosphere, all the things that went on with the talks. Oh my goodness. This company, I've been in a long time, and at first it seemed like everything was about the science, getting the foundation so that they had our products had something to stand on. And then when Vertus was thinking of moving out, he wanted to make sure we had just the best executives in place to run this company, and that has continued on and on. And they just have such fabulous ones. And now they've always done what's best for us, but now they are putting millions of dollars into us so that we can be successful with raising 300s. So I'm excited. I came home with a cold. I didn't expect that and didn't plan on it. So that's
Right.
my picture's not up because of that.
Okay. Plenty of ASEA. Drink it down. Deanna, go
Yeah, a
ahead.
few hours.
Deanna, go ahead.
Well, I brought Hannah with me, and it was amazing for us to be there together. And she's only 12, but many people felt she was so much older than her age. And she was very excited to meet everybody and learn. And she was taking notes and really, really excited about what ASEA can offer her in the future. And she's already making plans. So
That's what we need, the next generation.
yeah. So it was so much fun to finally meet Glenn in person after knowing him since what 2018. in another company. And so that was really quite amazing. And to see, new people and reunite with people I met before was really amazing too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Super. Sandy, go ahead.
Yeah, all that and more. It was really great to network and hang out with you guys a lot, going out to the dinners, going bowling. That was just so much fun. And yeah, it was just so great to see everybody. And you know, what a fabulous place to have that event. You know, we had that whole north end to ourselves. We had our own, like I think you said on the diamond call this morning, we had our own registration thing. We didn't have to go where everybody else went. It was just very special.
Yeah, there were over 560 rooms just for a sea of people. There was over 1,000 sea of people there, a sea of people.
Wow.
So there was a really good turnout. Glenn, thanks, Sandy. Glenn, go ahead.
Yeah, the convention itself was just amazing. All the stuff that we got to learn and new stuff coming out. But the most amazing thing to me was after the convention when everybody was leaving, I got to sit down with three, or what I consider giants of the company, yourself and Dick, Leland Duck and his wife, and Cindy and Bo Buck, and just shoot the breeze. And we just talked about whatever. And it was just so amazing that those people were willing to sit down with me.
And you know what they all said? Thank you for sharing your story, because your story
Right.
is so
That's right.
powerful. Which means you are powerful.
Yes.
None of
Yes.
us know how powerful we are. And
That's right.
we have the power to influence the world, and we don't even know it. There's no one like you, Glenn. You are special. And I'm so happy that we got to know you better and we got to hang out for a whole week.
Absolutely.
Super cool. Mary Jo.
I'll go along with what Glenn said, is all the people I got to meet, and how comfortable everyone was to talk to. And Marcia White actually sat down to breakfast with me. It turns out that she's my binary, so I had no clue. And all the things we learned, both, and the science thing was just amazing. And I told my sister, I said, I'm really going to have to hear it again or see the write-up or something to understand it well enough to explain it. But I'd never heard about whatever that word is that starts with an A.
Yes. It's called, I have to memorize.
Allostatic.
Allostatic load.
Load. Yeah. So I just learned about the allostatic load, and I like the way he did that with the bucket. And one of the things that I got, someone had pointed out to me right before I went, was how healthy people who look, particularly our hair, if you've been taking a SIA for a while. And so I looked around that room, and it's true. We look healthier. Our hair looks healthier. So in any case, I learned a lot. Everyone was wonderful. I got to thank a lot of people who have put on some of the training sessions. I got to meet with Barbara Stolz about meeting with doing vendor programs. I got a picture of how she sets up her table. It was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. And I want to add the TED Talks. There were how many TED Talks? Like 8, maybe? They are the company, we got word today that they are taking those talks and they are segmenting out those clips, and they're going to prepare them so that we have them to use. Now, I will recommend to you, and that includes Jerem's talk and also Tyler's talk. I would recommend, once they come out, listen to them over and over and over. Everyone had a great topic. They all dovetailed together. Daniel Matthews, Denny, Zoltan,
I want to listen to that song. I wrote it down.
The One Life.
Whitney Houston, he said that inspired him to up his game.
Oh, Zoltan. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so we've got that to look forward to. Dick, go ahead.
Oh, Hunter is supposed to send the presentation on allostatic load to everyone on the medical professional board along with his note. So once I get that on one of these training calls or maybe on a special one, I'll give that for everybody so that those that were there can see it again and those that weren't there can get the benefit of that because that was a really good study, and that was something that the medical professional board hadn't even seen before. So that was new information. So.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but Hunter showed like a bucket, like a like a bucket, and with stress going in it. And when the stressor got larger than our physiologic ability to respond and to mediate that stress, then the bucket just overflowed. And then what you have then is chronic disease. So that's how you can have somebody, and Dick's told me many times, they come into the emergency room and they weren't sick yesterday, but today they have a brain tumor or some other catastrophic diagnosis, and they didn't even know, and it didn't happen in a day. And so that's why we just have to keep modulating our stress, and that's what ASEA does. But that's a simplified version. But am I right, Dick?
Yeah, and I'll go over that once I get that PowerPoint. Yeah, but yeah, the body can tolerate and cover up a lot of stuff, and then all of a sudden you get to a breaking point and it can't anymore, and that's when they come to the ER or go to their doctor, and you could be pretty much asymptomatic before that, and then all of a sudden your body just breaks down because it can't cope anymore.
Remember that time I stopped in at the clinic? We used to own these sports medicine clinics, and Dick would go to work all night in the ER. He'd come home, take a shower, put a shirt and tie on, and go to work at the clinic. And I stopped in to bring him some food, and our neighbor was in there, on our neighbor where we used to live, and he had a brain tumor. Remember that, Dick?
Mm-hmm.
And he just had a little headache. And Dick is like, oh, shoot. That was a bad thing. And so that's an example, like he thought he was well, but then one day he got a headache and he wasn't well. So I am going to show you, and I know you've seen it before, but we need repetition is good because this promotion that started on the 6th of September, we're already 3 days in, and it goes until December 12th. Is it 12th?
12th. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this promotion is designed to help you catapult your business in the next 3 months before the end of the year, because in January, the new compensation plan comes out. They have done the compensation plan. They have redone it from top to bottom. And it focuses on Director 300s, and it focuses on giving bonuses to the Director 300 level, Director 700, and
we can't share the details with you, but what we can share with you is that the more active and the more sponsoring you do now, between now and when the contest starts, the more
the contest started. You mean the compensation plan?
No, when ASEA 1 starts. So the more you do now before the new program starts in January, the more you will benefit from that new program. So now's the time. The analogy that was drawn was if you're a surfer and you want to catch that big wave that's out there, you can't just sit there and the wave's going to come your way and you're going to hop on it. You have to paddle out to the wave. You have to do something to get ready for that wave. And so this contest that has already started a few days ago is a way to encourage all of us to get ready to paddle out and meet that wave as it comes in, because it's going to be huge, and it's going to be a lot better if you're not playing catch up on January the 24th, I think it is, or 17th, whenever that rolls out. Instead of saying, "Oh my God, I should have been out there. That wave's, 200 yards offshore." You'll be sitting 200 yards offshore, ready to ride that thing, and it will really catapult your business. So, by all means, start paddling now, and the company's going to reward you right now for paddling out to meet that wave. It's not like they're saying, you got to wait. What they're saying is, we're going to reward you for the behavior that's going to help you grow your business leading up to these major changes in the comp plan. So
So let's go over, I'm gonna show you the, I put two PowerPoints together that I've seen, Aaron Latham's and Linda Luther's from this morning. Just a few slides of each, because I think that explains it really well. And then after that, I'm going to show you where to find information, and then we're going to answer questions. But let's do this first. Let's see. Hang on. There we go. All right, does everybody see that? Yes?
yeah,
How come I
can see
can't
it.
hear anything? Oh, okay. All right. Okay, Rise to One is what this current promotion is called, and it's the whole fourth quarter of the year, not just for a few weeks, not just for a month, but for the rest. It's going to help us elevate our paycheck from now until the end of the year. So here we go. Okay, when does it run? It started 3 days ago, last Saturday, September 6th, and it goes till Friday, December 12th. And so when you get paid for what you accomplish between now and then, the payment will happen in December, because you'll enroll people, and if those people quit or terminate their enrollment, then it's not going to count in the promotion. So here's what you get. There are 3 prize levels. The first, and think about how many weeks, 14 weeks we have, which is a very long time. If you get 15 to 39 points within that 14 weeks, you get $50 cash in your smart wallet. The second prize level is $250 cash, and that's 40 points to 59 points. If you get over 60 points or more, you will get $1,000 right before Christmas. And the timing couldn't be better. Then what they're going to do is take the top 10 level 1 winners from each region. That's North America, Asia, Europe, and they will earn let's see, level 1 winners, 10 of them, the top 10 will earn 3-day, 2-night getaway. And if they have equal points, if people are tied, they're going to take the person who has had more enrollments. This is about enrollments. So here's how it works. Here's how you get points. You enroll people as associates. You get 4 points for every associate that you enroll at 100 PV or more. 3 points for a preferred customer, 2 points for a retail customer. So then you also get points for helping your team, for mentoring people on your team. So you mentor a personally sponsored associate to prize level 3, the $50 mark, you get 5 points. And then if you mentor that same associate to prize level 2, you get 3 more points. And then you coach the same associate to prize level 1, the $1,000 prize, you get 3 additional points. Let's take questions at the end. Remember your question there, Sandy. Then what happens with rank advancements? So you help a new or existing personally sponsored associate rank advance to Director 300, you get 8 points. And so you might wonder, okay, what happens if I have someone who's already a lifetime silver? They've already passed Director 300. Well, I can tell you this, most people are not getting paid at their lifetime rank. So the first goal, you as a sponsor, if you have this person in your group, this lifetime silver, who's maybe qualifying at Director 300 or 700, you help them, first of all, get back to bronze, that you help them get back to silver. And in the meantime, what you're doing is helping them enroll people and getting their people to Director 300. So they are going to get the points, and you're going to be mentoring them on how to mentor someone to rank up themselves. I don't know if that's clear, but we'll take questions at the end. So if you support the same Director 300 and help them maintain that rank for 2 or more weeks in that 14 weeks, you get 7 points. They don't have to be consecutive weeks. Just 2 times they have to qualify as Director 300. In 14 weeks, you get 7 points. So they really are giving us a lot of points for what we're doing. This special one-time bonus is $300 when you rank advance to Director 300, and and achieve it 2 additional weeks during the 14 weeks. So what all of this does, it reinforces leadership behaviors and a steady production of Director 300s. It's like a Director 300 factory. That's what we're trying to produce. And once you mentor someone to Director 300, you'll learn how to do it.
Nancy, can I point out on that one that go back a slide? It's my understanding, so until prior to this slide, we were talking about you helping others to rank up, qualify, that sort of thing. This is a one-time $300 bonus. Say you're working with somebody and you help them get to D300. You get points for that, but they get $300. So that $300 bonus is just cash in hand for reaching the rank of D300. The company has never done anything like this before. This is big, and it's one more way to encourage somebody to get to that D300 rank. And at the same time, they're encouraging you to now help that person to qualify for not just to reach that rank and qualify 1 week, but to qualify consistently or at least twice more during that time period. So this is the best thought out contest that I've ever seen to see it do, because it really, really is encouraging the kind of behavior that's necessary to build your business and move it forward. And it's really heavily focused on D300 because that is our core rank. You cannot advance into the leadership ranks without having qualified D300. So that's why there's such an emphasis on this.
Thank you, Dick. That was great. So in order to be a Director 300, how many cases do you how many people buying cases of ASEA do you have to have on each leg? 3 people buying 1 case of ASEA, or however you want to divide it up. You could have 2 people buying 1 on each leg buying 3 cases, or you could have 3 people buying 1 case of ASEA. So in the virtual office, there is a dedicated widget and a dashboard to see how you are, where your standing is, how many points you have, and your progress. And then they're going to recognize people in social media, through emails, through Facebook, which is, social media, and at meetings, at regional meetings. Top performers may be highlighted as success stories and tapped for training opportunities. Who can play and who can participate in this promotion? All new and existing associates during the 14 weeks are eligible. The top 10 rewards are regionalized by registration market. That means the top 10 awards are going to be like for top 10, number 1 prize for North America, top 10 in Europe, top 10 in Asia. And then, like I said before, if 2 people have the same number of points, they're going to break the tie with how many enrollments did they have. It'll be end of the year payment. Unauthorized online marketplace sales are prohibited, so they're discouraging people from just making up fake names, ordering product, winning the promotion, and then going ahead and selling that product on eBay or whatever. If you get caught doing that, you will be terminated very quickly. So, well, how do we start? We have to learn the promotion and then lay out the point strategy to meet your prize level. And that is, how many people do you need to enroll and then mentor? And then you train your team and you set a group target. So that's what we're going to talk about. And whoops, Aaron Latham has put together this spreadsheet, or it's a tracker actually, how to earn points, how many points you get for enrolling, how many points do you get for mentoring, what the prize levels are, and then a 14-week checklist to keep track of all that. And where do you find that? I'm going to show you where, but first I want to mention this. Why are they doing that? Why is the company focusing on getting more money in the hands of Director 300s? Because the research has shown that if someone on the left, that woman on the left, doesn't make any money in her business, her chance of staying in the business is only 20%. She's going to fall off, and we've all experienced that, right? You enroll somebody, and then a few months later, they're gone. They're because the effort that it's taking and is not worth the money they're getting. But in the first 90 days that they're an associate, if they make $1, their chance of retention, their chance of staying is 78%. I find that pretty amazing.
Just a buck.
Just $1. And it's
Keeps them out of the witness protection program.
so I'm going to show you where to go. Does everybody on here know that we have access to leadfromthefront.global and everything that Aaron Latham has created? If you go in there and there's a password. Is there a password?
If there is a Redox.
No, there's no password. Just
no
lead,
password.
lead
Yeah.
from the front.global and
Yeah.
go to the
Not unless you
recordings
go-
or
Yeah, not unless you go to the member page, but you don't need to go to the member page in order to access the blog. And that's where you'll find this form, this tracker form that you can print out and plan what you're going to do. So, Dick, do you want to talk about team goals? Like you need to set your own personal goal, but if you have a team under you, you can ask them, and then you're going to have a team goal, right? Because that's what I was talking about. If you have somebody who's been in for a while, but they're not getting paid at their lifetime rank, they're getting paid below, and that's a lot of people, I can tell you that. And so that's why the company is doing that. The first order of business is to get back to your lifetime rank. And you need and work as a team to do that. Go ahead, Dick.
Yeah, I mean, we could set goals for how many people we want to achieve lifetime rank. I'd love for all of you who want to make that commitment, email or text us and let us know what rank you're at and how you plan on qualifying for that rank and where you want to go from there during this contest. So if we start getting those numbers, then we can start putting together a plan for a Walker team goal for how many rank ups we're going to get, how many people we're going to have at level 1, 2, and 3, and we could even calculate how much money is going to be made in this team just through this contest over this next 14 weeks. I think that'd be fun. If y'all are interested, then just let us know what your goal is. And Nancy and I are, doing some soul searching and kind of deciding on what our goals are going to be, both personally and for the team. But let us know if you're serious about this. I think there's never been a better time in ASEA to just put your head down and go for this contest. It's just phenomenal. And I wish I could tell you more about what's coming in January. If you knew, you'd be even more motivated to get something done here in the next 14 weeks. But I can tell you that you're going to be very happy and very, very proud of yourself if you paddle out to that wave now, because when that wave hits, you're going to be really happy if you're riding it. You're going to be happy, you're going to be rewarded, you're going to be satisfied. So
Yeah, and just to suffice it to say, and then Sandy, I'll turn that over to you. Right now, we know what we have to do to get paid, right? We get paid on the lesser leg. Well, they're going to make it easier for you to get paid. That is how much this company wants you to succeed. And there's never been another company in the history of network marketing that has done this. And they explained it like this. If you had a long balloon, most companies will, to change the compensation plan, they'll squish this end of the balloon to push the air or the money to one side, and that's the money they use. Or they'll squish this end and push the air or the money over to these people. But what ASEA has done is they have put $6.5 million of new money into the compensation plan, ready to be paid out if you create Director 300s.
And that money's not coming from sales of ARS. That money is coming out of the founders' pockets. They're making bets on us. They're betting that we want to make money, that we'll want to tap into that extra money that's going into not the standard comp plan, but going into these rewards that are going to reward you for the right kind of business behavior. To really get this company to the next level. And you're going to hear about the company's goal for that once they roll this out in January. So this is a big deal, a really big deal.
Sandy, go ahead.
Oh, my question is there a difference between points and team points?
Well, you need the team unless you don't have a team. Because in order for you to rank up or to get back to your lifetime rank, which is your first challenge, don't think about going diamond. You just need to get back to your lifetime rank. You're inevitably going to have to enroll new people and mentor those new people. And you might need our mentoring help when you start out to know how to do that. So as a team, they're not going to, well, let's
So
just,
it all goes to your points though. There's not a,
yeah, it
No,
all goes to
okay.
your points, and it will be kept track of on your on your virtual office.
That
Is
was all I
that
was
what you-
asking them, because they had
Yeah.
said points for this, and then in the middle it was team points, and then the next column was points. So
Yeah,
I,
that's your team, not this, not our team, not
Right.
this team on the screen.
yeah,
Yeah,
I got that.
Yep.
I get that.
Yeah. But it's you know, being a leader and being a mentor isn't something that always comes natural. And that's why we are here to help. I mean, we've been in the industry a long time, and we still didn't know what to do when we got into ASEA. You know, we've learned as we've gone along. But so we're here to help. Go ahead, Elizabeth.
I love what you guys are sharing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I have a couple of little possibilities that the walkers will decide if we're using or not. Harry Latham told me at the convention that he's willing to do an accountability type thing. And maybe he just said that knowing that I didn't know yet what was coming, or maybe we can integrate that into what we're doing. Whatever the case, we do have this wonderful 9 a.m. Pacific time Tuesday and Thursday call, and we really had a good call this morning. And if anyone wants to participate in that, we can shift that into two things. One, some accountability, and two, we can run the silent action Zoom before, during, or after that call, so that we could possibly have some accountability reporting like we did in the spring. And so that might be a helpful thing, but we'll let the walkers lead on that. I just wanted to put it out there in case you guys are thinking about what you want to do and want to discuss it. Thanks.
I
I
think
mean,
that
everybody.
Yep, I think that's an excellent idea, because as we know, um, whatever you inspect is you're going to achieve more when you inspect it, and that's the whole benefit of an accountability program. You're making a declaration, and then other people are inspecting it. I mean, if you have a accountability partner, and I like the silent work Zooms also. I find that was helpful to me. So I assume it's going to be helpful to you. And that's how we're going to know who is really doing this, who wants to do this and move forward. If you're on that Tuesday, Thursday, or is it the same time in the morning on Thursday? I guess I can look at Telegram, but
Yes, it's 9 a.m. Pacific for 15 quick minutes. And we can shift that come either October 1st or November 1st. But be ready to discuss with myself or Nancy what you want in that kind of a call, so we can keep it going the way people really will benefit. What I've learned so far is people really like the 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. If we do that an accountability thing, what I would like is that it's not about chit-chatting. It's about declaring what Daniel Matthews talked about. Pick a lane and stay in it. So if you're going to prospect through social media, focus on that for an entire year. Don't focus on in-person networking groups, social media. I mean, you can if you happen to meet someone, but if you focus on too many things, your focus gets diluted. So I would say pick a lane, and then when we get on that call, you say, I'm going to send out, I'm going to post so many things this week on this many pages, and so you just say what you're going to do, and then the next week you say what you did, but not a lot of chit chatting about why you didn't do it or why you couldn't do it.
So you could say, for instance, that you're going to add X amount of points for rise to the rank, and then report in the following week whether you met that goal or not. So that would be an example of something that you could track in those in those 15-minute 9 a.m. calls.
Zoltan's talk, when he did his TED talk, he talked about the influence of Vertus Norton on his life. And he said what stood out in his mind was when Virtus would stand on stage and he'd say, you can tell the character of a person by how they see and treat other people. And not only that, you can tell about their success, their character, and their success by how they see and treat their business. And then Tyler talked and he said, are we just looking at this opportunity or are you actually seeing it? So are you just looking at it or are you seeing it? Those are two different things. So ask yourself, you see the opportunity that's here, but are you really seeing the depth and the breadth of this opportunity? And I, for one, had a major shift. I haven't even talked to Dick about it. But always before, I had in the back of my mind, you know, I've worked since I was 14. I've had a job and I've worked really hard, long days for lots of years. And I was thinking someday soon, and I'm in this part of my life, in the sunset part of my life, I'm just gonna cruise. I'm just gonna go on cruise control and kind of take it easy because I've already worked. You know, I don't want to work that hard again. That was always in the back of my mind because I only have this much time left in my life and I don't necessarily want to work that hard. But you know what I think now? I had a major shift. What I'm thinking now is I only have this much time left to make a difference. I'm not saying to myself, I only have this much time. I want to be on cruise control. I'm saying I only have this much time to leave my legacy and to make a difference in the world. Because why are we here? Why are we here otherwise?
That's your shift. That's awesome. Yep.
Without Virtus Norton, I wouldn't have the foggiest idea how to leave a legacy. It would take up money and contacts that I don't have, important people, but he has paved the road for us and given us the honor of being able to leave a legacy long after we're gone.
The way I look at it is he's created the road, and this ASEA 1 is going to be the paving on the road, so that it's going to be a whole lot less bumpy than it would be without what is coming in January. I'm telling you, folks, it's going to be a major shift that's going to help you recruit and build your business much quicker, much more effectively. Yeah. Nance, did you mention, or were you going to mention the upcoming regional events? Because, one thing that we've learned from, especially from Terry Latham, is that this business is much easier to build if you emphasize events, because people make decisions at events. Why do they make decisions at events? Because they see a much clearer picture of what this opportunity is like, what this product is like, what the corporate team is like, what your upline is like, what the cross, you just see it much more clearly. It's like, a well put on event is like taking the blinders off so that you can really see what's here. And so there are a series of meetings coming up. There's going to be one in Spokane. There's going to be one in Texas. There's going to be some meetings back east. But especially if you didn't get to convention, I would really try hard to get to one of these regional meetings. It won't be nearly as expensive as going to Cancun was, and it may not be quite as impactful as getting to the convention, but it will have an impact on you, both in terms of what you'll learn and what will happen to you inside your head when you get around a bunch of other people and the kind of information that you're going to see in January. So take a look at what's coming up. make a decision that you're going to go to one or more of these regional events in January and February, and get to at least one of them, because it's going to change you and it's going to change your business.
So, how I forgot a part of, how you see and treat other people, but the next part of that is how you see and treat yourself. So on the last day of your life, are you going to think about, the vacuuming that I didn't get done? Thinking about that today. But no, we are here to use the power that we have as an individual and as a group, as this ASEA group, to impact the world. You're going to be doing something anyway. You might as well work on your ASEA business.
And have some fun.
Change the world.
Create memories. There was a lot said about Virtus's teaching that you're in the ASEA business, not just to earn money for money's sake. You're in the ASEA business to earn money for the memories that money can help you to create personally and with your family. Deanna bringing her daughter to this meeting, I'm sure created a whole slew of memories that you would have never created if you weren't in ASEA and didn't bring your daughter to this meeting. And we just had a barrel of fun interacting with her. She's such a pleasant young adult, really, to be around.
Fair and smart and pretty. Yeah.
So I'm sure that's a memory that she'll never forget, and it's a memory that you'll never forget, nor will all of us who interacted with her there. So this business really is about creating memories, and the money that you earn greases the wheels so that you can create more and more impactful memories for you and your family and friends. Yeah.
So the January 17th is the Spokane. We're the first regional. And so what corporate's doing, it's cheaper for everybody if they, instead of having everybody fly from far away, they're going to do these regional events. And some are in the west, the northwest, and then we've got one in Dallas. And then, like Dick said, there's going to be some back east too. We've got the first one, so we're going to be explaining the new compensation plan, which is coming in January. And then January 24th, 1 week later, is the Dallas event. So the corporate leaders, some corporate leaders will be at every event. And we will have a North American, will we have a North American conference next year?
Sometime next year.
2026, because we only have global conventions every 2 years now. And then on the in-between year, we'll have a North American conference. And then they'll have a European conference, an Asian conference in between the global convention.
Yeah. I absolutely have no information about this, but I'm going to recommend to the company that when they have just the regional meetings that the U.S. do, that they do theirs in Utah, so that everybody can go tour the production facility. Because I know the one that we had in Utah, everybody just loved it. And there's,
you're talking about the North American conference.
North American one, yeah. There's not enough room to have a worldwide convention in Salt Lake. There just isn't enough convention facility, but they certainly could have a North American one there, maybe. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I'm saying that it would be nice if it did. But wherever it happens, in the off year when they're not having a worldwide convention, get to the North American one. And the other thing I wanted to say about these regional events, if you have what you think is a potential key player in your business, and they live back east, then go attend the meeting with them. Make sure that they get there by saying, hey, let's go to this meeting together. And that's going to be, another step up. And maybe it's somebody that you work with during Rise to the Rank. You helped them get to D300 or whatever. make sure that person gets to that event, because that event is going to change their viewpoint and their success in ASEA. These events are powerful.
So I just want to mention, ASEA didn't willy-nilly decide to change this compensation plan. They contacted an expert in the industry to help them, who has helped many companies create their compensation plan. And what this man said to Jerem and the corporate team is that our compensation plan, when it comes into effect in January of next year, is heads above every other compensation plan of every other company out there.
Yeah, what he said was,
Never seen anything like it. And what they're calling it is Next Generation ASEA.
right.
And just I have one more comment, and then I'll let you go, Dick, or let you talk. But here's the way I look at it. Next Generation ASEA has, and it will awaken in you the next generation you. And so spend some time planning your point, how you're going to get those points, and what your why really is. Why are you doing this? Because your why is different now than when you joined, I guarantee it. But sometimes you have to sit with yourself to find it and to be honest with yourself, like I was. Oh my God, I just wanted to coast. And I really didn't admit that to myself until I sat with myself. And so the next generation of you is just waiting to show up. And it will. Okay, go ahead, Dick. I'm done.
So what the consultant said was, and this guy consults with a number of different MLMs, network companies around the world. He's recognized as the consultant. What he said is there is no such thing as a perfect compensation plan. It doesn't exist. But I'm going to help you. You know, ASEA is starting from a high point already, but he says, I'm going to help you create as close to a perfect plan as is possible. So you should know that this plan that's coming is well thought out. It will be well executed, and they use the best consultants, the best minds in the business to put this together, because they know that this is a major inflection point for ASEA. That's why they're willing to. That's why the founders are willing to put up a bunch of money to encourage this to happen, and they know now that they've got the kind of plan that will really drive this forward with your participation. It's going nowhere without you and I and the rest of us, but with us and with this plan and with the changes that are coming, your success is really going to skyrocket. There are no guarantees, but this is about as close as you're going to get to being given a guarantee that you can be successful if you put forth the effort that's necessary. So we're excited. Everybody, all the diamonds that went to the special diamond meeting came out of there just vibrating with energy and focus and excitement. So this is awesome. This is awesome. So get to one of those meetings. You know, you'll be hearing about it, but get to one of those meetings so you can hear about it and interact with the leaders who are going to be there, and rub shoulders with them, look them in the eye, get belly to belly with them, and get your questions answered and establish some context there, because you are going to be doing some three-way calls. If you're not, you're crazy. And you want to do them with people that understand how important this is and where it can take you.
There's a lot of good comments in the chat, and Deanna set me straight on social media. Is that something I'm not really familiar with? But just, you know, open it up, take a screenshot so you can read it later. And Deanna has put on there what she has, a message that she has sent out. That's great. And having an accountability partner is will make it happen, I think. Okay.
Awesome. Any other questions before we wrap it up tonight?
I have a question. On the way home, I read a book that had a few additional things to what Deanna had put together for having hosting a party. Is it okay to post that in the Global Team Elevate
Yeah.
Facebook page?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Yes, that's the benefit of the team, right? We
Yes.
all help each other.
Push play and then get Nancy or I or somebody else other than yourself to do the close and the call to action. If you're going to do live meetings, push play. Don't try to be the expert. Don't try to do all the talking. And then bring a leader or someone else to come in and close the meeting and do the call to action. So if you're going to go to the effort of putting on an event and I would say a meeting in your house is an event, then be sure to do it in such a way that you're likely to be successful.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all I have, and that's all. I think that's all Dick has. Anybody else have anything real quick? Otherwise, we'll call it a night. Next
us busy.
generation, Global Team Elevate.
Rise to the rank.
We are. And do you realize the Rise to One, this promotion is taking place, the place of Fast Forward. So we're not doing Fast Forward. We're building Director 300s and mentoring people. That's the name of the game. If you can learn that, you can go right up to the top of this compensation plan.
Let's do it.
Everybody,
Thank you.
great night.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for spending the time with
Yes.
us. Thanks for your
Bye.
contributions, everyone.
Have a good night.
Yep,
Thanks so much, guys.
you bet.
Appreciate all you do.
Thank you for saying that.